Hey guys, Jamie here, and in this video I'm going to do another unboxing and demonstration of this new Milwaukee Sawzall. So, as I mentioned in maybe the previous video, my previous video where I reviewed the nail gun, and I just put up a 200 feet of fencing, and that thing came in really handy. It worked great. So in finishing up my fence, I wanted to cut off the tops of the 4x4 posts, make sure they're all even with that top stringer, just for looks really. And I burned up my Ryobi Sawzall. So after about maybe 5 4x4s, and the way I was doing it was I was cutting through the 4x4 with my skill saw, and then I only had a couple of inches to go through for the Sawzall. And it burned up after 4 or 5 of them. So I went out and I bought, as those Ryobis burn up, I'm going to go out and buy all Milwaukee tools. And so I went out and bought this. It's the 27-22-20 Super Sawzall. So this thing was not cheap. It wasn't the cheapest out there. It was $250 from Home Depot. So it was the most expensive one they had. But it says it generates 15 amps of corded power. So, with that said, I was kind of sold. I want something that's more powerful. I want to be able to last. I want to be able to push these things. And then I also bought the high output 6 amp battery packs. They came in a package of 2 for like $200. And so I want to see how these perform versus the 5 that I have from the nail gun. So the one I have on the nail gun is not high output, it's the XC 5.0. It doesn't say high output on it. So I'm going to try this with both batteries. I've got one on the charger ready to go, but let's get this thing unboxed and take a look at it here. So and then I'll give a demonstration. I'll carry the camera around the back, and I'll hopefully chop off one of the tops of the 4x4 posts. Manual, advertisements. Alright, so this thing has, another reason I bought this one wasn't just because it was more expensive. This one has a speed dial on it, so I can speed up or slow it down. It also has reciprocating or orbiting, whatever that's called, or just straight back and forth. So it's got 2 different modes that you can adjust and make this thing probably cut faster. It also has the Rafter Hook, which I'll probably never use, but it's kind of nice. I might build a system that I can hang all these Milwaukee Rafter Hook things on. It's got a lock that will stay, so I don't have to actually hold the button down with my thumb and pull the trigger. So it's got the lock that stays locked, or you unlock it and it's just unlocked, which is really nice because it's kind of a pain when you're in a weird position to try and hit with 2 buttons. So that's that. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty beefy. I also bought this Wrecker carbide teeth blade, and I bought some more carbide. But I want to try this Wrecker and see how this goes through those 4x4 posts. Let's get this open. There it goes. That's all the way in there. Took a couple tries. Okay. Alright, so my high output battery is charging. Let's see what this one does. A piece of 2 on a piece of 4x4. So let's go try this out. Alright, so now's the big test. See how this thing performs. Have it on. Let's put it on this one here. Alright, so I just finished knocking off probably another, I don't know, maybe 20 4x4s off the top, and I think it did really well. I've got, this is the smaller battery, and it's still got one dot left. So I used it a little bit with the nail gun, but I don't think I used a ton with the nail gun. So it used up almost the whole 5 amp hour battery for, like I said, about 20 4x4s, cutting the tops off. And so I think that's pretty good. It is a little warm, but it's Florida and it's super hot outside, and so the warmth could be from the heat, from using it, but it didn't smoke like my Ryobi. So my Ryobi smoked, literally smoke coming out. And then I bent the blade a little bit. I tried to bend it back, but it. So I think I spent $14 on this blade, and to have it bend and then maybe not be very usable. It's probably not worth it. Probably better to stick to the cheap blades. But it did pretty well. I mean, by the time at the end I got done, I was cutting through a 4x4 in probably 30 seconds to a minute, which it was taking me 5 minutes with the old system I had, and this made it through all in one shot. So the Ryobi wouldn't have even come close to making it through in one shot. So I mean, I think it's going to be something I definitely use. Alright, so that's it. Thanks for watching this video, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below in the comments, and I'll leave a link to this in the description, and a link to the blades, just in case, and maybe the batteries. I didn't have to go to the 6 amp battery, but I'm sure that it's going to perform as well, if not better, than the 5 amp hour battery. So, alright, that's it. Thanks for watching.